So the wage subsidy offers a very unique opportunity to give the employer a chance to look at you and you to offer something very unique to the employer, which is money. And it offsets the cost of them training you to get you to that point that they feel comfortable. Now with the wage subsidy, that's the icing on the cake. The reality is that you still need to get out there in front of people. If an employer's got two people they want to hire and one has a wage subsidy, he'll hire the wage subsidy person. So the reality is you have to get in front of people still. You have to target the market that you want to go to. I had a truck driver move to this city from Alberta, didn't have any contacts, Class 1 driver, had some long-haul truck driving experience, dropped his resume off at most locations, and came in a little forlorn, said, you know, I'm not getting any callbacks, I don't know what to do. And I made a point of saying, look, how did you get your jobs before? He said, well, it's always, you know, word of mouth, especially in that industry. And I said, word of mouth through, said, other truck drivers. I said, well, have you met any other truck drivers? And he goes, no. I said, well, maybe you need to think about where you might be able to meet some truck drivers because you've done that before. He came back a couple of weeks later with a job offer, and I had to ask him, and he said, I was driving around and I went into a bunch of the Tim Hortons in town and I saw a few where they had trucks parked out front. So the next morning he showed up and sat at the table next to that table. He said, hey, I'm a truck driver, I came from Alberta. And then the next morning he was invited to sit with them, and he did that for about 3 days until one of the guys came in with his boss and said, here's the guy I was telling you about. And he asked that guy, he said, you know, I dropped my resume off with your company and I never heard back from him. He said, oh, I get a lot of resumes. I guess what I'm getting at is there are 100 ways to find work, but you have to be prepared to get out there and talk to people. It's really easy to get on the computer and answer an ad. But remember, 100% of people looking for work are answering those ads. Most people are not getting in front of people that haven't posted. And if you can be one of those people, it might be you and 2 other people competing for that job. So your best odds are to get out there. And if you're not doing it, you're putting yourself at disadvantage. If nothing else, again, the wage subsidy is there. It's the icing on the cake. It's something, but the reality is that no matter who you are in whatever position, if you don't get out and talk to people directly and do that interface, the one-to-one, you're not going to have those opportunities.